Hi, I think I've started. Oh, this is going to probably be a nightmare. I lost the live stream screen, and I'm trying to do this. This isn't going to work. Anyway, I'll just pretend that hasn't happened. Hopefully, I'm trying to do this so that I can see it on my computer screen, so that I can see if there's any questions come up, and I can see on my screen that I'm sideways. So I'm just going to try to fix that. If you just bear with me, this is ridiculous. Otherwise I'm going to have to... I'm really sorry for this. No, that's not going to work. So I'm going to have to do it this way, and I'm going to have to hold it, because otherwise it just takes me much too long to actually get it set up, and I've got it plugged in so that I can charge it while I'm doing this. So all my plans have gone awry. Anyway, I thought I would just have a little chat about how I'm doing through this isolation that the whole world seems to be in at the moment. Some of it will be about my diet and exercise and all that sort of thing, but some of it won't be. So I've written myself a list of stuff. I guess everyone wants to know about my weight at the moment. That's the wrong glasses. I guess everyone wants to know about my weight at the moment. I'm stable at around about 90 kilos. I don't know how much lower that is than the last time I did a video, maybe a couple of kilos, I don't know. I did get as low as 86.9, I think it was, but that was due to me just not really eating. When I'm feeling any really strong emotions, like any kind of emotions, whether it's sad or happy or whatever, I can't eat. I physically can't eat. It just, the thought of even eating turns my stomach. Oh no, I actually need that on. So yeah, I dropped something like 5 or 6 kilos in only 5 or 6 weeks, which is just too much. I mean, everyone would be like, oh yeah, that's really fantastic, that's great. But at this point of being sleeved, when I've already lost, I think I'd already lost like something like 40 kilos or something, it was too much for me. I was losing it too fast, and I wasn't losing it healthy. I was losing it because I just couldn't eat, because I just felt so, my tummy gets really churned up and I just can't eat. So, since then, I've gotten a bit of a better grip on, no I haven't, I was going to say I've got a better grip on my emotions, but I don't. I've gotten a better grip on being able to still eat through those feelings without eating my feelings, which is a pretty good way to be for someone who was morbidly obese for such a very long time. Having said that, I'm not stressing too much over what I eat or how well. I don't really have to worry about how much I eat, because my sleeve limits me. But you know, if I want to have a chocolate brownie, I do. If I want to have pizza, I do. If I want to eat a whole bag of Skittles over the course of 3 days, I do. I didn't buy them. Someone bought them for me, and he just left them on the table, and I ate them till they were all gone. But yeah, it did take me a few days. But you know, I am still eating quite healthy. I'm eating a lot of salads and protein. Not really eating proper breakfast as such, but I never really have. I just eat what I want to eat when I want to eat it. Been eating a lot of soup, I've been doing a lot of meal prepping, but also been eating a lot of quick meals. And I consider salad to be a quick meal, because I just get those pre-made bags of salad from the supermarket, you know, like the coleslaw ones, or the ones with, I think it's got rocket and spinach and shredded up beetroot and that sort of thing. And then I'll just add some protein, just like some veggie balls or chicken, or, you know, whatever I've got there. So my eating's been okay. I've been eating anywhere between twice a day and just like grazing all day. So that'd be like 4 or 5 times a day. You know, like I might have a little bag of popcorn or a handful of almonds, or, you know, something like that. So, and my weight has been stable at around about 90 kilos for a couple of weeks now. So I'm obviously eating enough to maintain that, but not little enough to actually lose. But I'm fine. If I stay this weight forever, I'm fine. Ideally, if I could drop another 3, 4, 5 kilos, that'd be okay. But I don't feel any great burning desire to. Um, Exercise. I've been, since this isolation started and my gym closed about, I think it was about 6 weeks ago now, I've been active almost every day. I go for a walk almost every day. I either go down the beach, a socially distanced walk, so I'm keeping my distance from everyone else, even if that means I have to walk on the road, like actually get off the park and walk on the road, because idiots, when they're walking, like if there's two people, because two people are allowed to walk together, a lot of the time, if they're approaching someone from the other direction, they don't move over. They should move over into single file, but they don't. And so, like I'm, like squashed up trying to get past them, or I just walk onto the road and give them a filthy look and mutter something under my breath, passively, aggressively, because I don't like confrontation, but I like to have a go. Yeah, so I'll go for a walk either down the beach, or there's a couple of parks around my house that I go to that are quite a nice walk, and I'm walking for probably about half an hour. Plus I also get out onto my back deck, which I can probably show you. Just ignore my garden. I don't do anything in the garden. That's my deck, where I get out and do my yoga. I put my little mat out there and do yoga and some stretching, probably for about 15 or 20 minutes. And then I do some Tai Chi. I love the Tai Chi. And I do the Tai Chi for probably about 10 minutes, I think. I'm still learning it, but I really love it. It's just so relaxing. It's just really gentle, slow movements, and I'm finding it's really helping my back as well. I can actually feel it working, like my delts and my biceps and my back, my lats. That's really, really helping. So I'm going to continue doing that and just not do all those exercises that the physio have had me doing for years that have obviously been making my back a lot worse. My fibro has been a lot better since this isolation started. I think because it's forcing me to rest a lot more than I normally would, and probably because I'm not doing hard cardio. I haven't done any hard cardio since this isolation started, because I don't consider walking to be cardio. My heart rate doesn't really get up when I do walking. I tried Zumba. I've tried a lot of shit on YouTube. I've tried Zumba. So my daughter got me doing some ballet workout or something. And I've tried some dance videos and stuff, but I'm so unco that I didn't continue with that. So yeah, I'm not getting any real cardio. My fitness has gone to shit. If I walk up just a slight incline now, I'm not getting really out of breath, but normally I'd be able to power up and I'd be fine. That's not happening anymore. But I'm not too fussed, because I know that as soon as I can get back to the gym and get back on the cross trainer, it'll come back really, really fast. But yeah, I've had, I think, one bad fibro flare up since this all started, and that was because I just did too much that day. I got up in the morning, I went for a walk, and then I did yoga, I did Tai Chi, and then I went for a walk to the shops, and I got almost all the way back home, and my friend called me and said, "Oh, I forgot I need something from the pet shop. Can you go back?" So then I walked all the way back to the shops again. When I say all the way back, it was only like 8-minute walk, but and then I came back, and that was like the final nail in the coffin, and I just felt really shit, and was shit all the next day as well. But it was only one day. What else have I got on my list? Oh, the Alfred called me and has postponed my appointment. I don't know when it's going to be, but I imagine it will be quite a way off, because by the time they let people back to the Alfred for clinic appointments, let me just get rid of that. By the time I get back to the Alfred for clinic appointments, there'll be quite a bank up, I imagine. But I did get the results of my, what did I have done? Esophageal manometry and pH monitoring. I got the results of those sent through to my GP, and I saw my GP and got those results. They look, I think within their limits, they're going to say, oh, no, that's okay. But there was a lot of episodes of reflux on there. I think there was 74 from memory over the period of 24 hours. In my books, that's not okay, because this is, unless it settles down, this is the rest of my life that I will need to take Pariet, and that's not acceptable in any way, shape or form. But it's going to take quite some time before I can actually get back to the Alfred to discuss that with the surgeon. I imagine my gastroscopy has probably been put on hold. I'm not sure. I think it might have been a category 2, so that might still be going ahead, but I have heard that they're going to be lifting the ban on elective surgeries soon anyway. I don't know. But, all that's on hold, and I just don't have the mental energy to stress over that, which I normally would. It would normally be a big priority for me, but at the moment it'll be what it'll be. It's probably good for me to be like this. What else? Oh, when all this isolation first started, I wasn't coping at all, which isn't like me. I'm normally quite adaptable with these sorts of things, but I was not coping at all. I was in tears and just feeling really isolated, I guess. I just wasn't coping. And that has made me realise that I'm not quite as introverted as I thought I was. I do need people. I do need, even if it's just to be able to go and sit in a coffee shop and not even talk to anyone, but just have people around me. And knowing that if I want to go and catch up with some friends or family, or, just go to the shops and just go and look in Crossroads and Kmart and, wander around, that I can do that. I think it was just that feeling of being restricted and not being able to get out even if I wanted to. So, but I think that only lasted about a week, and then I sort of I settled into a routine, and I've been fine since then, other than feeling a bit restless. But I'll talk about that in a bit, otherwise I'll be jumping all over my list. The things that I'm missing the most about this isolation, because to be honest, my life hasn't really changed that much. I've got quite a small life. So it hasn't really changed that much. The only things I'm missing, as I said, is being able to go out for coffee. And just like, I still go out for coffee. When I go for a walk down the beach, there's a coffee van down there, and I get a coffee or a hot chocolate or whatever, and a brownie or muesli slice or whatever. So I still can go out for coffee, but I can't go and sit in Gloria Jean's or a cafe somewhere and have something to eat and take my daughter with me, or meet friends and have brunch or dinner or whatever. I can't have that, and I miss that. I really miss that. Not that I was doing that much, but I do miss that that being social, or being able to go and see a movie if I want to, or go do anything with friends. And I can't do that. I miss the gym. I really, really, really miss the gym, but I have been staying active, and I feel really good for that as well. It's a routine. I get out in the fresh air, but I do miss the gym. I miss that cardio. I miss having other people around me when I'm at the gym, even though I don't like anyone to talk to me at the gym, because I'm very serious about the gym, but I like having people there. And I miss... What was it? Oh, my son. I miss my son. I don't miss my daughter. She lives here. And that's another thing. I think that's why I'm not feeling so restricted as like a lot of other people who have been stuck in their house for weeks on end. I'm not stuck in my house for weeks on end, because my daughter's still working. She works in one of the essential jobs. So I'm out, 3 or 4 days a week, take her to work, and then I've got to go out and pick her up from work. And, we need to go to the shops, we need to go to the chemist and get scripts. Between the two of us, we've got appointments, and you know, I'm leaving the house almost every day to go out for a walk. So I don't feel like I'm actually stuck at home. But I haven't been able to go and see my family. And I haven't been able to go and see my son. He lives out of home. And, you know, he's a big grown up boy. He's 26. But I haven't seen him now for about 7 weeks, I think. The last time I saw him was at a family birthday dinner at the beginning of March. And I can't go and see him until this is all over because he's asthmatic. So he's in the high risk group, he's in the high risk age bracket, and we just can't afford for him to get sick. If he gets a virus, his asthma gets worse. So imagine like if he got this corona, and you know it's just too risky. Someone's asked how my surgery results are in quarantine. It's fine. I'm so completely recovered from those surgeries. I had two surgeries, might have been three, I can't remember. Two that I can remember, two surgeries last year, two big ones, the hysterectomy and the sleeve gastrectomy. And, you know, one was in May, the other one was in July, and it's April now. So it's been, you know, almost a year. I'm fine. It's completely, utterly healed. Everything's fine. Yeah, so I can't go and see my son until this is completely, utterly all over. He's still working as well. He's lucky to still have a job. He's working full time. So, you know, technically he's also at risk every time he leaves the house to get on public transport and go to work and everything, but I don't want to add to that risk. So I'll be really looking forward to seeing him. I've been missing being able to go for a drive when I'm feeling really emotional, like if I'm really upset about something, I get very restless and I feel trapped. I feel trapped in the house. And normally when I feel like that, I can just go and get in the car and just drive. And I do. I live down on the Mornington Peninsula. So my favourite drive is I get in the car and I drive down the coast down to like Rosebud or Rye, or, you know, sometimes even as far as, I think it's Point Nepean down there, depending on how badly I need to drive. Or sometimes I'll drive up to the top of Arthur's Seat and sit up there for a while. But I can't do that because we're not allowed to do that. I'm only allowed to go local. Like I do get out and drive now. Like I drive 5 minutes to the beach or 5 minutes up to the park, but I'm certainly not allowed to drive an hour down the coast. So I'm really missing that, and I get at times just feeling really trapped and closed in by the four walls. And, you know, at least I can get out to go for a walk, but that's one of the first things I'll be doing is going for a big drive down the coast as soon as I'm allowed to. What else? Oh, with my family, like I see my daughter, but I don't have a real lot of family that I see, but I see my sister and her husband, her family, my three nieces a bit, and so we've been playing online games on like Friday, Saturday night. Although I didn't last week, I wasn't feeling very well, and I didn't want to sort of like bring everyone else down, so I didn't play. But, you know, my daughter was playing and I could hear her giggling in her room. We just played this stupid drawing game like Pictionary, although they played something else last week. But we've been playing this stupid drawing game, and my brother-in-law, who's in IT, and he knows how to do it. I don't know how to do it. He sets up, it's through Discord, if anyone knows what that is, so that we play the game on our phones, but he sets it up so that we can all look at it on our computers and see everyone else's drawings and everyone like playing the game. And we have headsets on with a microphone so we can all talk to each other. So we end up, we've got my daughter and I here on the Mornington Peninsula, my son playing out where he lives, like closer to Melbourne, and then my sister and her husband and one of their girls at home out in the eastern suburbs, and then my other niece further out east, my other niece further out east. And then, you know, sometimes we have like ring-ins. My son had a couple of his friends come in from, you know, like one was from Queensland playing as well. And it's just really nice because we all, you know, we make ourselves, I made the first time I played, I made myself a really nice antipasto platter. So I had cabana and cheese and crackers and all that sort of stuff. And I had a glass of wine, and everyone's sort of gone, oh my God, that looks really nice. So then the next week, you know, someone else had a platter the same and someone else did it. And so we make a night of it. And I had a video coffee date with my sister the other day. That was really nice. We just sat there and had a coffee it was just Facebook video chat. That was nice. So like I miss seeing my family, but it's not like I'm not seeing them or not having any contact. And my dad, who normally only calls me like a couple of times a year, has been calling me almost every week. I don't know why, but it's very, very nice. What else? Oh, when this all first started, before we went to like the stage 3, when we were just in stage 2, because I don't want anyone thinking I'm breaking the rules. I haven't broken any rules. My car started playing up, and it was the alternator, and I was so stressed, thinking, oh my God, I can't be without my car right now. If something happens to my son or my family or whatever, I need to be able to get to them. So one of my friends from one of my Facebook groups, he came over and he fixed my alternator, but he didn't fix it properly. So then the car wouldn't start at all. And so then, like my brain was just about exploding, because I can't deal with car stuff. I'm a strong, independent woman, but when shit happens with my car, I do not deal with that. So then, like he couldn't fix it, and we were fiddling around with fuses and everything, and then one of my friends came over. He was trying to help me with it, and we thought it was a fuse, so we went and we got another fuse, and that didn't work, and we were trying to figure it out. And then out of desperation, I called one of my son's mates, who's a mechanic, to say to him, this is what's going on, I don't know how to fix this, can you give me any insight? And so he only lives one street away, so he said, it's all right, I'm finishing work soon, I'll come over. So he came over and figured out that eventually that the alternator hadn't been done properly. There was just some washer or something that needed to go on something somewhere, and he fixed that. So that was all fixed up. But that was a great big that was really stressing me a lot as well. But with my little posse of guy mates, got that all sorted out, and my car's been running like a dream since then. So so grateful for that. What else happened? Oh, a weird thing happened the other night. My I can't show you because I've got the blinds closed in here so that the lighting's okay. But where I sit in my lounge room, like that's where I sit, and I watch telly, and I do my cross stitching, and then like you can probably see there's a fence, and then you can see my blind. There's my fence is really close to my house, and I've never closed my blinds. I just don't. I like to be able to look out over the park during the day, and I don't close them at night. I just never have. So I was sitting here the other night, and I've never had a problem. I was sitting here the other night, and it sounded like someone was throwing stuff onto the roof of my house. And so I was ignoring, and this went on for about half an hour, and I was thinking, I'm just going to ignore that because that's just kids. And this was about 9:30 at night, and I thought, I'm just going to ignore that because it's just kids in the park being dickheads. They're just trying to get a rise out of me. So I ignored it. And then I was hearing banging on my back fence and everything. And then, because I was doing something on Facebook or something, and I could see like this like light reflecting off my glasses, and I thought, what the fuck is going on? And so I look up, and there's someone shining a light over my back fence at me. And I thought, oh, that's not on, mate. That's not on. So I got up, and it happened a few times, because to be honest, I was doing a post on Facebook, and I wanted to get it finished before I went and investigated. Because that's just me. If I hear something go bump in the night, like 3-4 o'clock in the morning, and I've heard shit happen out that sounds like something has fallen off my kitchen bench, I lay in bed and I'm like, I don't want to go and investigate. But then I'm nice and cosy and warm in bed. I don't want to get up. I don't want to have to dig out my cricket bat and go down and beat someone over the head. I'll just wait and see what happens. If I hear something else, I'll get up and go and investigate. So I've told everyone that if I'm ever found dead in my bed in the morning, like actually killed by someone, it won't be because I didn't hear them. It'll be because I was just too lazy to get up and go and investigate. So anyway, I just wanted to finish my Facebook post, so I was just ignoring whoever it was shining a light over my back fence. And then they just kept doing it. And every time I looked up, the light would go down behind the fence. So eventually I got up and I went outside and they must have heard my back door open, and they took off. And so I didn't really think too much of it because I thought, well, they're gone now. But in the morning, I got up and I climbed my back fence and I looked over my back fence, and there's all these divots on the other side of the fence where they've had like a ladder or something. So I called the police. They didn't want to do anything. They just told me to put a trellis up, and I'm thinking, yeah, that's not going to stop anyone from looking over my back fence. But I've got a friend who's going to help me out with some security cameras or something. We've got to investigate and see what's going to happen with all that. And I probably should have had security cameras here anyway with where I live. So that's been a little bit stressful, but I'm trying to just, I don't want to let it worry me too much. I've been keeping my days full and trying to have routine. I've been trying to go to bed at a decent time and get up at a decent time, and still, get up and shower every day and go out every day. And even if I'm just going for a walk, I'll do my makeup, and I actually did my hair yesterday. I straightened it. I don't know why, because I always regret it. It always goes frizzy and everything. But I'm still getting up and I potter around. I do a bit of housework and I do a bit of washing and I do a bit of cross stitch. I, watch the midday movie and, just that sort of thing. I can't just sit on the couch all day and just watch shit on telly. I can't do that. I can do it for a little while, but then I've got to go and do something. And I've sort of like got a list of a million jobs in my head that I want to do, and I've done a couple of them. Like the other day, I've got a bookshelf at the end of my hallway, and my daughter just dumped all these books on there and wrecked my whole system. So I spent about an hour yesterday reorganising all that. That's one of the little jobs I want to do. But I'm trying to keep a routine, and it really fills my day up. Yeah, and as I said, I've still been getting up. I'm not putting makeup on every day. Some days I just really can't be asked. But I'm still doing my makeup. I'm plucking my eyebrows. I'm dyeing my hair, and I'm very lucky that I do all of those things myself, and I'm not letting myself go. Having said that, I haven't shaved my legs for 2 weeks, but I don't want to. I've been wearing. I don't care. I don't care if they're spiky. When they get long enough, they get really soft again. But the only thing that I don't do for myself is my lashes. So you probably notice my eyes look different. I'm not happy at all. This is the first time in a couple of years that I've not had lash extensions, except for about half a dozen that are just sticking there and just. I had to trim them. They were getting too long. So one of the first things I'll be doing when stage 3 is over is getting my lash girl back around here to do me a full set of lashes. I've really, really, really missed those. I've missed having my nails painted. I've actually painted one on each hand the other day because I read somewhere that with, not getting infected and washing hands and everything, it's better to just not have painted nails. And I've been keeping them really short as well. And I think that was about it. Oh, and I've been looking forward to bin night every week. There's a Facebook group called Bin Isolation Outing, and it's just really funny. It's just people taking their bins out every week, and they take photos and video and they get dressed up. So I've been playing along with that a little bit. I did a giraffe yesterday. I was Superman the week before. The first week I was B2. So that gives me something to look forward to every week. And I've got the next 3 weeks planned out as well. I'm going to do Harlequin bin. I'm going to do a zombie bin. And what was the other one I thought of? Maybe an astronaut. I might do an astronaut. I've got to think about that because I'm going to have to make a helmet and all that sort of thing. So that gives me something to think about and something to do. Fills in some time. And just being a lot more active in my Facebook groups and that sort of thing. So that's it. That's been my isolation. I hope everyone else is doing well and finding ways to stave off the boredom, and hope that if you haven't been able to keep your job, that you're doing okay. I know there's a lot of people really doing it tough out there. I'm not, because I already had an income with a disability pension. Both my kids are still working. We've been very, very lucky. I'm really feeling for the people who are living alone, particularly people who are already struggling with mental health issues. I can't imagine how difficult it is for them. So maybe try to reach out to your friends. I've had some people reach out to me. You know, my dad's been reaching out to me. I had a really dear old friend call me the other day just for a catch-up. That was really nice. So yeah, maybe I'm not good at reaching out to people, but you know, if you are, you know, do that, you might make a real difference to someone who's feeling very lonely during this time. And that's it for me for now. And unless anyone's got any questions, I can see there's 3 people here. Otherwise, I'll finish up and talk to everyone when I can be bothered making another video. Stay safe, stay 1.5 metres away from everyone, and stay home, you know, unless you're going out to the shops or for a walk or whatever, and wash your hands. See ya.